system. And you look at Liverpool side, Ben Jones is the head coach. Simone Omakanda, one of the assistants. Remember Simone here in the state of Michigan back in 2002 as your Michigan Mr. Soccer winner.
Look at this interesting kickoff as this one played into the 18. Liverpool sending everybody kind of forward and then playing the ball back to their goalkeeper. Interesting way of getting things rolling here in this first half.
You know, watching goalkeepers at different levels of soccer, I will say that I think goalkeepers, through the way they train nowadays, are much better with their feet. Overall, like, they can get involved with the possession. They're playing the ball with their feet.
Oh, look at this. Off the woodwork. Rolled right out. Both these teams fighting for a chance to play in the regionals here just in a couple of weeks. That was Rowan Douglas. This ball played into the 18. Out comes the goalkeeper, almost getting a touch on that, was Coleman Masters.
The other thing I'll mention about goalkeepers, Jonathan, is like even in that last game, you watch these keepers taking goal kicks and punting the ball. Sometimes it was going 75% downfield. So you can play well with your feet, but you also have that strength to be able to send the ball that long. Goalkeepers are more than just making diving stops with your hands. Goalkeepers are learning how to play with their feet, use their strength on punts, and set pieces as well.
Look there, actually, at Ken Shingeldecker. Goalies today here for the Michigan Wolves is Braden Stone. He'll be between the pipes, as they say. That's a hockey term, but we'll say between the woodwork for soccer. Samuel Wong in goal for Liverpool FC. They're coached by Ben Jones, assisted by Simon Omanikanda and Kevin Gardner. Again, Wolves are coached by Ken Shingeldecker and Scott Dool.
Dool, another player that was a standout at the high school ranks himself a little over 20 years ago.
All put back in the mix by Hunt. Into the 18 he will go. This will be shot wide. That was Remington Brown who was trying to put that one on frame as Wong will track it down off the pitch. Talk about accomplishments. Again, the Wolves play in the NAL Mid-American North League where they went 14-0-1 for the year. Our last game was a tie against Liverpool, who we are playing obviously in these finals. Our goal differential is 73 for the season, 82 goals for, 9 goals against, not 98. And they were headed to the national championships in New Jersey and obviously the finals for the state cup. So up that far side, making his way up is Griffith. Griffith will look to take a shot. And that goes wide, but it's going to go out for the first corner of the match.
So both of these teams putting up big-time numbers. Again, these are mainly 8th grade student athletes. Keep an eye on what these kids end up doing once they get into high school. Will they stay in the NAL? Will they play MLS next? Will they play for the high schools? So many different choices of that soccer pyramid. Players kind of move up and down.
Ball comes in off the corner towards that back post. A collision between Pignotti and a Wolf defender. It will track out. Marco Vanna was there for the Wolves as this will be brought back in by Braden Stone. The Wolves play a 4-3-3 or 4-2-2. Coaching philosophy emphasizes player development, team unity, and competitive excellence across all levels of the game. And it was just recently announced the Michigan Wolves will be introducing as part of this new 2025-26 year for the club that they now have a girls program. Remember, they used to be joined with the Michigan Hawks, and now the Wolves will have their own girls program as part of the Wolves.
They've already made some coaching announcements there here in the last few weeks. So they get set to prep for tryouts. The tryout weekend in the state of Michigan is what, next weekend for club sports, club soccer?
I believe it starts it's like June 10th. I think it's like, yeah, it's like a week from it starts next week, whatever that is. So I just know that I'm not a part of it, and I'm okay with that. So it goes out wide.
It's coming to a soccer field or indoor facility near you. Over 230 some odd clubs in the state of Michigan right now.
238, Dan.
Is it 238? It's grown.
Yeah. It's a lot more than the 15 we had growing up. So I think there was, like 15.
I grew up in Rochester Hills. There was, a local club. Michigan Wolves were really around. I grew up in Oakland County, the Michigan Wolves, and the Birmingham Blazers, which has long since been absorbed by somebody else. Those were the two big clubs back then. Once I graduated from high school, Vardar really started to become a very, very good club in the late 80s, early 90s.
6 minutes in, 0-0. Michigan Wolves taking on Liverpool IAFC. Michigan Central division of Liverpool. Every club now seems to have 17 locations, Dan.
Yeah.
You've got the Nationals, I think, have 16. Is this ball into the 18, and that's going to deflect out. That was Will Griffith once again playing up that left side. It just seems like every club is trying to expand, and expansion is clearly healthy in the world of soccer. We talk about it quite a bit in our podcast on Inside the Game, as Simon Mackay will step in and take this corner kick. Ball comes in, and that's a good opportunity for Dwazapatis.
You look at that expansion of clubs, Midwest United, the Nationals, Detroit City FC, Michigan Jaguars. There's some of the bigger clubs in Michigan that have either added extensions or have taken smaller clubs in particular areas of the state, absorbed them into their umbrella.
I do want to say that we did receive questionnaires. I think it's always important, right? So we got a questionnaire filled out for both these teams. Both teams are given the opportunity to pronounce players' names, and the only thing we got for Liverpool was none. So none. That was the none. Now we did get a pronunciation from the Wolves, just one player. There are a couple players on this team that we might struggle with throughout this broadcast, but I think the only one at this point will be Dwazapatis. Dwazapatis? Yeah, I think it's how you can pronounce that. So it could be a silent J. So if you're in the comments and you want to tune in, and I know that on MSYSA you can't go into the comments and actually comment on the broadcast, but you can on our YouTube channel. So if you are watching this game and you happen to be the parents of Raymond, also Simon, I believe that's Makaj. Maybe I think you pronounce that J at the end. But if we're wrong, please let us know in the comments. We obviously want to get it right.
Plus, these are 8th grade, players. Not a lot of information on these individuals.
Ball inside the box, a shot that's blocked. We've seen Remington Brown now a couple times isolated in that back line, and good work defensively for Luca Harrison, stepping in to deflect that ball out for another corner kick here for the Wolves. I believe this is number 2, right, Dan?
Second corner kick.
39 broadcasts in 2 days. I still got it, Dan. I didn't really personally call 39 games, but you get the idea. As this ball is sent in here on this near side from the corner, it's top of the 18, and Wolves will win it back. Give it right back, though, to Liverpool.
I was going to mention, since these are still middle school athletes getting ready to start high school, not a lot of information about individuals at that age. Is much different than we just did the U18, U19 game between a pair of very talented teams in Midwest United, Michigan Tigers, where you could literally look up each player, find some information about where they might have signed with or committed to in college. They're all state. You know what positions they play. A lot of links with these players, what kind of postseason honors they've had in high school, what community they're from, what high school they attended. There's so much available. And these players will, in 2 or 3 years, as they get more involved in the higher levels of soccer, on the club circuit. If they're playing high school varsity, the information will be plenty of some. But
so Marco Vanno stands over this free kick opportunity. Two-man wall. Well, maybe. Nope, two-man wall for Liverpool. Wong will set that wall.
Great opportunity to try to swing that around that two-man wall, go for that near post.
Vanno decides to go back post, trying to get one of the Wolves with the head at the back post, unable to do so. Out for a goal kick. Great look as Wong makes his way back onto the pitch.
Look at the leg strength of Wong. We talked about that just a few minutes ago. Even though these are younger athletes, his last goal kick did cross midfield. See if he decides to take the short or the long one. He goes long. That one just shy of midfield. I think once these kids get older and they're high school seniors or playing in college, if you're a goalkeeper, you put the ball down on the spot and you give it a little bit of running start with all your might and a kick, you might be able to clear the far end of the field. Some of these young men have incredible leg strength. There's much like a kicker in football, and sometimes a lot of those kickers who play high school and college football are at one time a soccer player. Sometimes they are a goalkeeper or center back, and they're so used to taking restarts and punting the ball and doing things like that that the leg strength is there.
Ball played quickly over the top, looking for Sandifer. Swan will throw it out right away, finding Pignotti on this near side. Liverpool looked at Bill. Ball given right back, though, to Alzubi. Alzubi up here on this near side to Sandifer again. That one will make its way out. This game here at the Saginaw Soccer Complex been the place for all state cup finals for, I can't tell you, dating back till when. I think it was the 1920s is how far it goes back here. This complex has been used time and time again. I played here as a player. I refereed state finals here many, many years ago. Back in 2001 was my first ever state final that I refereed in this event. And I'll tell you, it was fun. What the players are experiencing are also what a lot of these referees experience, which is a cool opportunity to be on the field, to be a part of a championship history, as well as that part of that process where not only do the players go to Overland, Kansas if they win, the referees here are also being selected to go to Overland Park, Kansas, to be a part of the refereeing crews in that environment. So a lot goes on in these events from both the players, the coaches, referees, and, of course, parents. So this ball is thrown in.
Back when you were a game official, did you ever have a chance to go referee a Midwest?
Oh, look at this. Ball goes in! Finds its way off from way out into the far side of the field. And just like that, Juan Olivares gives the Wolves a 1-0 lead.
I think Olivares, I think it was originally set to be a cross. It was sent back to him. He sends it into the box.
I mean, it just
ball got up there in the wind and just sails just under the crossbar near the upper 90.
Yeah, I mean, talk about a gift from the clouds, right? Just dropping right into the bucket, and just like that, the Wolves are up 1-0.
I wasn't sure what player kind of sent it back to Olivares, but that player will actually get an assist. Again, I think Olivares was just trying to cross that into the box. It got caught up in the breeze a little bit, and it just kept going, top shelf.
Very interesting. Here we're just talking about, if I'd ever gone. I did go to regionals as a referee. We can talk about that experience in a moment as Samuel Pignotti on this near side. The Liverpool in a hole here. In the 15th minute is where we are now, but that goal coming in the 14th minute.
So that was the Wolves' third shot of the game, but first on frame. Doesn't have to be pretty in a state final. It just needs to go in the back of the net. Michigan Wolves up 1-0.
I mean, number 14 gets the goal in the 14th, huh, Dan? I mean, and that ball sneaks in. You can't, sometimes they'll talk about fate, but, the way that ball went in, right? The way that it just kind of floats in. It happens to be that number 14 took it, and it lands in the 14th minute in the back of the net. I mean, that just seems like fate, doesn't it, Dan?
A little bit of luck, too. I mean, again, I think you look at this. So number 19 sends it back.
So Townsend is the one that's going to get credit for the assist, right? Again, comes in and just floats in.
It just gets caught up in that breeze, and it just floats in. You're right, just underneath that crossbar. 2 more inches, and that actually goes off the crossbar. I really don't think Oliveira's meant for that to become a shot, but it was, and it is a go-ahead goal early in this 35-minute first half.
Gifts come in many shapes and sizes, but some of them come in a size 5.
We've talked about this in several games here this weekend. Sometimes a goal, especially in a tournament setting, does not always have to be pretty. It can be a wild goal mouth scrum, something of that nature. Sometimes you get a little bit lucky, and sometimes you get a great opportunity. You've been in the upper 90. That was a cross turned into a shot, turned it into a goal. Maybe not a thing of beauty in a highlight reel, but if that goal ends up standing throughout the test of time of this game, it will become a thing of beauty nevertheless.
All played back to that back line. Grayson Goodwin just said, I am his friend, but his name has a silent J, so I'm assuming it would be pronounced then Mackay. Maybe that would help. This ball is played in and headed away, but right back out to Kyle Juarez, who was originally slated for number 50, but he had a jersey change, so that means someone left their jersey at home. Or they thought maybe it needed to get, it was cold, so they popped it in the microwave or something like that. I've heard those stories before, Dan. Microwave or the oven is where the jersey might go if it's maybe a little wet. And you melt it in the oven. So.
Yeah, Coach, we got a little problem. Remember that jersey you gave me 6 months ago? Yeah, well, we're going to need a new one.
Actually happened in my high school days back in 1998. We were playing De La Salle High School out at Macomb Community College out the South Campus. And there was I think it was a regional semifinal where we played that game. And one of our players, Young Hodges, remember Kirk Hodges? He had a brother, and he put his jersey in the oven to warm it up, and it melted it. He thought it was going to, get it nice and toasty for the game. Instead, it melted it. So,
you live and you learn.
Yep, he definitely learned that putting a polyester jersey or whatever that was, cotton in the oven, with the nylon or the whatever the nylon numbering would be, that it was it melted. I remember he brought it to the game too. The thing was like complete. It was all melted and black. It was just.
He's a trendsetter. He's starting a new trend at that time.
18th minute. Just reached the halfway point of this first half. 1-0, a 14th minute goal from Juan Alvarez. All the difference in this one. Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Stickred. Happy to have you along today for the State Cup ride. Ball put into the 18 and finally cleared away.
So if that wasn't a trend back in the late 90s, you might have just started one.
Yeah.
Now kids near and far from Livonia, Michigan out to Seattle, Washington might be like, hey,
I also don't think
let's
that
try
you should put your
jersey in the microwave, jersey in the oven, see what happens.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't put your jersey in the dishwasher either, but I'm sure people try doing that too.
Yeah, well.
We've seen a couple substitutions come on here. We do appreciate the help, though, Grayson Goodwin, and appreciate tuning in here today. 15 total votes have come in so far. 67% of you say the Wolves will win this game. 33% say Liverpool.
A lot of soccer yet to be played. Again, these are two 35-minute halves. We are in the 20th minute of the first half. Good 50 minutes left to play.
Well, look at this ball played all the way back. Wong keeps it on the pitch, but I think there's a foul was called. Want to thank Ryan Thiessen and Tom Farrow for allowing us the opportunity to be a part of this process. So it started roughly 2.5 years ago. You know, we had a chance to watch previous state cups here on MSYSA and said, hey, we'd love to be able to provide what we do for our customers, our teams across Michigan and across the United States. And they believed in that vision. And, you know, here we are right now, our first ever state cup finals in Saginaw, Michigan. We did the finals at the Legacy Sports Center in Brighton for the girls here in the fall. It's good work. Advantage was given as Sandifer almost taken down. Now a good battle. Brown. I'll put back up over midfield, but right back to the Wolves it will go. Up this near side, Juarez. A little shoulder to shoulder, him and Griffith. Saw Griffith on that far side to start this game. He's now on this near side. Game is available right now on Roku TV and YouTube. If you like watching games on Roku TV, you can just turn this one on. It's available on our app on Roku TV. So just download the app, National Soccer Network. You can also watch it on our web browser version of Roku TV on any active device. And, of course, we're live on YouTube as well, our National Soccer YouTube channel. And look at that ball sent in, and Wong will touch it aside, but it had already gone out according to the assistant referee.
So 22nd minute now. Michigan Wolves up 1-0 for anyone who's joined us. The goal came back in the 14th minute.
I mean, today, Dan, I got here to the studio at 5:15 in the morning, got all of our stuff ready for today, got the broadcast going. Angelina hopped in here, and obviously during that last broadcast, we saw a really good game, right? 1-0 game. Tigers coming away with a victory. Second half goal as this ball makes its way into the 18. And during that game, I saved her life. You know, there was a spider coming across her screen. You know, you know, I mean, they say heroes come and don't have to wear capes.
Yeah, well, there you go. Heroes can wear swag with Michigan Soccer Network, National Soccer Network, Premier Media Group logos on them.
This ball is put into the box. It's right at the top of the 18, but the flag does go up for offside.
Angelina, one of our producers, I guess if we see her in the office, we can start singing that little nursery rhyme. Itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout.
Yep.
Sorry, soccer fans, I won't sing any longer during this or any other broadcast this weekend.
This ball will make its way back to Wong. He'll take a touch, and that by some pressure, but gets out of it well. Cantalupo was there going to help build out of the back for Liverpool. Good opportunity now for Zeka. And a free kick coming up as he was fouled, number 99. So 2 number 99s here on the rosters. We saw 2 100s on the last one, 127 and 141. So very interesting. I think actually 123 and 141. Here we've got 99 and 99. So again, seeing these numbers, we've been talking about it all weekend long. The
trend.
the trend, the evolution of numbering in soccer has really changed over the years as we see a 3-man wall. You actually saw Roman Zalewicz. This one stepped up by Vano. He'll put one up and over, and it will we're right in the parking lot and hit off. I believe that it might have been a Toyota Prius. Talk about a commercial, though, right? You think about that, you know. This part of the match is brought to you by the car in the parking lot that was hit. It was a Toyota Prius, 2025. All the bells and the whistles. Now it's a dent.
Now I can just picture the Allstate guy doing the commercials. Like, there's a free kick over the crossbar. Oh. Mayhem, like me, you know, that guy. And someone loses control of their car. They hit a picket fence. They knock over a concession stand because the free kick went way too far out of the field of play and smashes in a windshield. But by Allstate.
Ball picked up by Sandifer, as well as Orzeka. But here come now Liverpool, looking to find an answer, an equalizer here in the 25th. Ball up that far side. Good shoulder to shoulder, Gonzalez. Ball in. Oh, they're going to say no shoulder to shoulder, more maybe shoulder to back. The referee will have a quick discussion.
Now, if we do see an Allstate commercial or a competitor taking that idea into a commercial, I want credit.
Fair enough.
Maybe a little royalty check or two. How does that sound?
That sounds fantastic. Just so you know, all Born ideas, though, are the property of the National Soccer Network.
So 26th minute, Michigan Wolves 4-1 overall shots, 1-0 with shots on frame. That was the game's only goal back in the 14th. Liverpool has a 2-1 edge on corner kicks, so not a ton of chances for either team. Michigan Wolves very opportunistic. The only shot on goal in this first half resulted in the only goal of the first half. We just crossed into the 27th minute.
Zalewitz will throw this one in. It was actually last touch off the Wolves and out for a corner. 17 votes have come in here so far on an NSN YouTube channel. Let us know where you're watching, who you're rooting for. We'll have to get engaged with the audience while they're watching the broadcast. Keep it clean, obviously, but let us know who you're rooting for, where you're watching from. You don't have to get very specific. Just ball comes in. Here come the Wolves in transition. Orzeka, good slide tackle. Missing, though, was Cantalupo. It's now Liam Townsend down by the end line. Will earn the corner in the 28th minute. Beautiful Sunday morning here in Saginaw, Michigan. Might not be the warmest out there, but it's definitely a beautiful day nonetheless. It's currently right now 60 degrees outside. It started off around 47. This might go down as one of the better weekends in State Cup Finals history. Is you just don't know what you're going to get in May. Now we're officially in June as this ball comes in off the corner kick. Not a big fan of where they're placing the ball, Dan. Moosham was there. Now Vano. And I was taking a lot of the free kicks here this morning for the Wolves. Orzeka. Ball settled down at his feet. Trying to put it into the box, and ball up this near side. Oh, it was a hard collision as Anderson goes down. That's a free kick coming up here.
Fourth foul against Liverpool here in the first half. Okay, I'm
nationally.
I'm gonna send an email to Santa Claus. We'll take care of that come December.
As the ball comes in off the free kick, Vano right at the top of the 18. Townsend puts it inside. Vano had a moment, tried to force a pass right at the middle, but tracked back down though by Gonzalez. Was Moosham on that far side. Played back. Good patience here. Alzubi. Anderson. Into the box it goes. Good defensive work by Mackay. But right back to Alzubi. Alzubi sends one into the box.
I believe Alzubi has a brother just graduating from Northville High School.
William Vu puts one in. That one's right in front of Wong. Hits off Mackay. Now a shot that's fired up and over from Townsend.
Could have been a crucial mistake of that back line of Liverpool. Unable to clear that ball. That shot was just over the crossbar.
I mean,
you got to get a touch with pace and get it out of the box as quick as possible.
Just a miscommunication, too, between Wong, I believe, and Kostoff, is maybe even Cantalupo. Aside from that shot there and the goal, there's been not much happening on either side offensively. I mean, I know you, Dan, you have an actual stat that you can track, but I haven't tracked any stats in this one.
Well, the only shot on goal in this game resulted in that goal back in the 14th. We're crossing into the 32nd minute right now. So just under 4 minutes left in the first half with the Wolves. 5-1 on shots, 1-0 with shots on target. Liverpool has a 3-1 edge off corner kicks. Neither goalkeeper making an official save, although both goalkeepers have come off their line to corral some crosses and throws and chips into the box. So fifth foul of the match against Liverpool.
This ball played towards the back post. Laveras, this one's sent back in. Oh, that's a hard collision. We're going to see a yellow card. So a hard collision there. Let's take another look at it here. First yellow card of the match. No, we didn't see the referee give it, but you could tell he was going to do it. So just running into him, that's a late tackle. I believe that was Marco Vano issued the yellow card. Guess that is a benefactor of being a former official. I can kind of tell the language of a yellow card coming.
So Vano in the books, first yellow of the match.
Thank you.
Right as we cross into the 33rd minute. We're down to just a little bit over 2 minutes left in this first half. Plus maybe a minute or two of stoppage time. Michigan Wolves up 1-0, as they say, on the other side of the very big pond.
Wong will play it in. 34th minute. Just about 2 minutes to go in this first half. Good slide tackle coming in from Manuel Eldret. Actually, I believe it was pronounced Eldret. And if we do get it wrong, we do apologize. Yesterday we saw the first 3 games of the day go into extra time, but in all 3 games, players, their teams that went down 1-0 and came back. And in that third game, the one we call, Dan, me and you, when the game, I look back at that game yesterday, the team that scored first actually ended up winning the game.
We saw Saline go up 1-0 in the U18, U19 Premier Division Finals. Nationals Macomb came back and won that game 2-1.
Yep.
Seemed like as that game wore on, Nationals got better and better. Josh Ross and Warren De La Salle, a little flair for dramatic as he scored that one goal. And he ran over in front of the camera, popped the collar.
Officially now in stoppage time. Ball just at the top of the 18. Look at this. Good effort. Inside there was Sandifer. Now this one's cleared away and out of play.
Vaughn, that way, in front of the goal. Hey, prepping a finish from that range.
Almost, yep. There you go. Step forward a few yards. Something that spills there, we want you to get it before their guy.
Sandifer. Good battle on this near side. Ball last touched off of the Wolves and out for a throw-in. Griffith. Actually, I think they're back as 44. McKenna looking to put it across, and that's kind of left right at the middle of the park. Don't want to do that. Al-Zubi was there defensively for the Wolves. Popped up now by Will Hunt.
Sandifer. Didn't there used to be a Sandifer that played for Detroit City SC's pro team here a few years ago?
It's possible. I don't remember. Anything's possible at this point, Dan. There's so many names that go through my brain on a daily basis that just live rent-free. You know, they're just there. It's like, think about the amount of players' names that we see on a daily, now weekly basis. It's
We've done games in close to 40 states here in the last month.
Ball makes its way now to Potatoes.
It was just the second shot of the game by Liverpool. Well off target. Liverpool, no shots on frame. We're now 2+ minutes into stoppage time.
Space for a shot, takes it just a bit too high.
Officially in the 3rd minute of stoppage time, and there is the end of the first half. Again, the Michigan Wolves getting on the board here in the 14th minute. It was scored right here. Townsend get the touch. Laveras trying to cross one in, and it sneaks in.
Long, you can see just in disbelief as that ball actually curled into the back of the net. That was the only shot on frame by either team in the first half.
35 minutes down. 35 minutes to go. Liverpool downs a goal. Michigan Wolves up a goal. Who is going to hoist a state championship trophy later this morning? Will it be the Wolves or Liverpool? We'll find out after this.
Looks great. Oh.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Are you looking to play at the next level? MSN is now offering player recruitment videos. We are excited to partner with you and your family in getting you to the next level. To learn more about our packages and what we offer, head over to the MichiganSoccerNetwork.com. Remember, your journey starts with a click.
Whether you're a beginner coach or a seasoned professional, one thing remains the same: the passion to teach and inspire the next generation of players. Now imagine a place where you could share your coaching knowledge, connect with others, and create a lasting impact. Welcome to the ultimate coaching community, where coaches from all levels can create and share their own courses. Whether you have years of experience or you're just getting started, this is your chance to make your voice heard. Create your own personalized courses, share drills, strategies, and tips, and watch as your knowledge reaches coaches from all corners of the soccer world. With a platform designed for sharing, learning, and growing, you're not just teaching the game, you're creating a community of like-minded coaches, all striving to be the best they can be. Together, we'll elevate the game and support one another to be better, stronger coaches.
The 2025 UDM Boys Summer College Prospect ID Camp is designed for field players and goalkeepers seeking exposure to college coaches, professional training sessions, competitive matches, and insight into the college soccer environment. Directed by the UDM men's soccer staff, this camp is ideal for players serious about advancing their soccer careers. On July 26th and 27th, the camp becomes a perfect platform for aspiring athletes to showcase their talent and commitment. For more information and to register, visit DetroitMercySoccerCamps.com.
The Flint City Bucks are Michigan's top soccer franchise with 4 national championships, 9 conference titles, and 15 Great Lakes Division titles. They have produced 107 players for Major League Soccer, and they focus on attracting top talent and shaping soccer's future. Michigan Bucks Academy joins NLS Next new competition tier starting in September of 2025. This offers elevated levels of play and flexibility for high school participation. The Academy will provide premier development, high-performance training, and exposure to scouts through regional tournaments and MLS Next events. For more information on tryouts, training programs, and key updates as we prepare for our first season in MLS Next new tier, visit MichiganBucksAcademy.com.
looks great.
When termites show up, so do we. Terminix it.
Welcome back here into Saginaw Soccer Complex. They're moments away from getting this game back underway. A look at some of the highlights here from the first half. A high kick, almost to the forehead. This is that nice collision, little physicality in a State Cup final. Why not? Why not as we bring it back here live into field number 3. As make sure it says 35-minute halves, right, Dan?
35 down, 35 to go. Strange first half. For anyone joining us late, there was a goal in the 14th minute. It was a pass back to a midfielder who just kind of chips it into the box from about 35, 37 yards out. Got caught up in the breeze, floated underneath that crossbar into the back of the net. That was the only shot on frame between these two teams. Provided the Michigan Wolves with that 1-0 halftime advantage. Liverpool must find a way to get some offense going. They only had 2 shot attempts. Nothing on goal. 3 corner kicks in that first 35 minutes of play. Well,
we're back. Sorry, I had to turn my mic off for a second. I was chuckling because, and then Dan caught some wind of that, and we're all chuckling here behind the scenes. Everyone's like, "Why are people laughing on the microphone?" Well, we got to have fun while we're doing this, right, ladies and gentlemen? You got to have fun doing what you do, and this is a very important moment for both these teams, fighting for a chance to move on to Overland, Kansas, playing a regional championship weekend here in about 3 weeks, and you've got a 2 teams here who are battling on this Sunday morning, doing so here in the early morning as this ball makes its way up. And look at this. It's now Brown. Brown will fire it in! Remington Brown give the Wolves a 2-0 lead in the 37th minute.
Rami Sandifer sent that through ball from the right side. Brown had a little bit of space, takes a couple touches, tucks it into that right post. Second shot on frame for the Michigan Wolves, and they have a 2-0 cushion here in the 38th.
That they do. Is great look there at Brown. Brown's been dangerous all morning long, and he scores the second goal of the game here for the Wolves. This one coming in the 37th, assisted by number 24, Sandifer. Apologize. Number 18. Oh, look at this, another giveaway. Look at Brown now. Brown will fire it in! Off the kickoff, and just like that, it's 3-0 and a brace for Brown.
Brown just goes in on Wong, steals it, collects himself, plenty of time, plenty of real estate, right-footed shot into the back of the net, 2 goals in just over a minute span.
I haven't even had time to digest this, getting back in my chair, Dan, and it's been 2 goals.
I don't even think it was even an entire minute.
So now it's 3-0. The first goal might have been a gift, but the second goal and the third goal have been straight work from Brown. He is going to work here today as Sandifer was in an offside position.
When you think about the Michigan Wolves, they've had, this point, we've only played 38 and a half minutes. 7 total shots, 3 shots on goal, 3 goals, 3-0 advantage up on that scoreboard where it matters most. You talk about being opportunistic, 3 completely different types of goals, but nevertheless, it's a 3-0 cushion for the Wolves. They're starting to look more like they'll be the team walking away with the State Cup trophy in an automatic bid in the Midwest Regionals unless Liverpool can find some offensive rhythm and start scoring some goals. They have only had 2 shots in this entire match back in the first half. They've had nothing on target. They had 3 corner kicks in the first half, did nothing with those set pieces. And now they find themselves in a 3-0 hole here in the 40th minute.
Another ball at the top. Look at Brown now trying to get his hat trick. Brown into the 18. He'll cut it back. He'll slide it across to Sandifer, who just couldn't get a touch on it in time. Marco Vanno loses his footing, but that's because he was fouled, and a free kick coming up here for the Wolves.
So what can Brown do for you? For the Michigan Wolves, he can deliver some goals. Second and third tallies for the Michigan Wolves here, both coming about a minute apart in the first half, or second half.
Is that his new campaign slogan for running for class president?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, we played off Allstate earlier. Why not take something for UPS as well?
This ball comes in and way off target.
Now, if we see Brown a couple years down the road, we hear about how he is a class president at whatever high school he chooses to go to. We can say that perhaps we planted that seed.
Long will put this one back in. Kind of pops up into Mackay, and first goal scorer in Liverpool. Last touched off him, out for a throw-in. Last touched off Mackay. Throw-in coming up here for Alvarez.
Rubbington Brown with the brace. Juan Oliveras with the first goal.
Kate Fredrickson getting involved in the chat here on YouTube. Go Liverpool. Oh, will be thrown in by, well, it was actually, so Brown steps off. Or Zeka steps back in, number 99 here for Ken Shingeldecker's Michigan Wolves. A look there right on the near side. Here's Ken Shingeldecker trying to help up Rami Sandifer.
Sandifer had the assist on the second goal.
Ball played up over midfield.
Michigan Wolves defense has been stout and above that in this game. They have shut down everything Liverpool's thrown their way. Braden Stone, the goalkeeper, has not had to make an official save in this game as his defense has done a lot of the dirty work. We're in the 43rd minute, just getting ready to cross into the 44th of this 70-minute affair.
You can see Alzubi on that far side, grabbing the ball. Busy weekend here for the National Soccer Network. We had 37 broadcasts yesterday. We've got 38 broadcasts today. This ball is shot and goes wide.
Trying to figure out if that ball skirted off the goalkeeper's hands. It did not. Goal kick coming up. So number 383, Samuel Gonzalez, one of the center backs of the Wolves, is part of that great defense we talked about in the pregame. The Wolves giving up just 3 goals in their 5 previous State Cup games. In 15 regular season matches in the NAL, they only gave up 9 goals. So 12 goals here in the last several months overall conceded by the Michigan Wolves. This is a very good defensive unit that they're putting on the field here today and all season. So referees trying to sort things out here in the injury. Couldn't tell what jersey number that is. They walked off the field on the opposite side.
Good to see. He's 14 is still, little Griffith is still shooken up over on that far side.
They did some golf cart with the trainer over to that side of the field.
As it bending in towards the net, headed away. Trying to get back to it.
120,000 views over the last 14 days here for the National Soccer Network as this ball is put into the box. Tracking it down is number 11, Trent Kratz. Coming over now is Braden Stone.
Stone goes over and corrals that cross. He's done that a couple times in this game. He has not had his number called to make an official save yet. We are now in the 47th minute. About 23 and a half minutes left here in the second half. Michigan Wolves up 3-0.
Right at midfield. Kostoff.
Come on, Rami. Come on, Rami. Do a job.
Good work by Kratz to keep that one on. Good crowd on hand here today. Washington State Cup Finals. Ball makes its way into the box, and that's popped up and
Sends it from way deep. Oh, just way over the net.
cleared away. Sandifer. We're going to play it up. Just couldn't get it up and over.
Break the line, Ryan. It's all right. Get organized. Double will.
Talk about it all the time, Dan. The teams aren't chasing 3, they're chasing 1. Go get 1. Start there, right? Makes it more achievable. Seen teams time and time again, Dan, after going down a goal, going down 2, going down 3, finding ways to chip away at a lead. We saw it in a UPSL National Championship weekend here a few years back where a team goes down 3-0 at half. They end up winning 5-4 in extra time in Columbus, Ohio. So it's happened. It can happen. So it's not unheard of. And again, these two teams are very well versed on each other. We talked about kind of that in the open.
The Wolves won 0-1 against this Liverpool team in the regular season. Happen to come from the same conference. But yes, between amateur, pre-professional soccer, college, and high school, I have seen a handful of times teams coming back from 3-0.
Look at that shot from Mackay. That's good ball, good look. Misses the target there on that near side.
But I have seen teams make comebacks like that, down 3 goals, 3-0, 4-1. They've come back and won a match. You have to dig deep and find that extra gear, get a little bit of luck, but maybe that first goal can swing some momentum your way. You get a set piece, you put another one in. You might be trailing the team, but then they start to panic a little bit. A 3-0 advantage is 3-2, and you still got plenty of time to get a goal in. Liverpool must find a way to get that first goal to get back into this game. Swing the momentum back.
This ball goes into the box. Out comes Stone.
Back to Comet. Punches it out, but he's out of net. Get back in net, but yeah, coming up. Oh, they may be able to get something off this cross 10 minutes into the second half.
Up this near side. Orzeka. Good work. I'll give him right back, though, now to Douglas. Last touched off Will Hunt, and out of play it will go.
But another corner kick coming up. MSA not happy about the call.
Double! Double!
Now,
Ball kind of bouncing back and forth like a tennis match here. Midpoint of the second half, 51st minute now. Michigan rolls out comfortably, 3-0, but you don't want to be too close to comfort. You not want to let your guard down, let Liverpool back into this game.
All up that far side, and a collision, and I believe it was Jojopatis went down. Ball comes in right into the 18. Played back now to Zalewicz. Played up into the 18, and that will go out of play. Just about 19 minutes to go in this game. Michigan Wolves have a 3-0 lead. They went into the halftime break with a 1-0 lead off a 14th minute goal from Juan Olivares. And then Remington Brown decided to eat his Wheaties and have some Red Bull at halftime and came out with like a being shot out of a cannon, scoring a goal in the 37th minute and then another one in the 38th.
You saw Rami Sandifer had the assist on that second goal, and that third goal is unassisted. Brown charged the goalkeeper, and Wong picked off the ball, tucked one into the open net. Kind of open up this game. 3-0 now in the 53rd. Liverpool still without a shot on goal in this entire contest.
Ball out of play.
You're walking the wrong way.
Ball comes in and
No fouls.
back to Cantalupo. Out wide. There's Aldret. That went down. Play right back up towards Harrison. Mackay will fire a shot, and that's going to go off the crossbar. I don't believe he got a touch on that. I think they're going to say he did. Let's take a look. I don't know. I mean, shot from distance from Mackay. We'll slow it down here and just see.
He leaps.
I don't think he touched that.
I don't think he touched it. From our angle, does not look like he got a hand on it.
You need to go to VAR. We got it. Yeah, VAR. We got it. I don't know if a goalkeeper does not want credit for a save. I think all goalkeepers want the credit. I could be wrong in that, but speaking for myself, of course, from personal experience, as a former goalkeeper, I was all about the credit.
But they'll give him an official save on that, and it'll be a corner kick number 4 coming up for Liverpool.
Is it official if it's unofficial? Is Raymond...
They said it went off the goalkeeper's hands, even though on the video it didn't look like he touched it.
Zalewicz puts it into the 18, and that one will be picked up and sent back up out towards midfield. A little congestion right in the middle of the park, and sent back in. Flag does go up, though. Yeah, take another look at it. It's right here. I mean, it's a good. Oh, they're going to call a free kick here. I don't know, Dan. I don't know.
He was kind of waving that he didn't touch it. The referee says that he did nick the ball.
So free kick coming up, though. For Liverpool, Cantalupo. Cantalupo puts it. That's a great ball. Headed still in the mix.
Put it right to
Kratz.
He put it right to the 6-8 yard marker. Back and forth like a ping pong match.
It was now Alderette. Tracking down is Harrison. Now finally cleared up by the Wolves. Heavy touch. Sandifer looking to play it up now. Up that far side. Brown. He makes his way back onto the field. Brown now. Brown! And a save by Wong. Still in the area, right? Will Hunt plays it back. Musaham. Wei Wong kind of took that save, though. Almost kind of, it was weird. It was almost he was acting as if like maybe the ball was, like it was not a real shot, or maybe there's a stoppage. It just, his body language was one in which it was like, maybe I'm wrong, Dan. It just seemed like in that moment it was like the play wasn't real. I don't know if that's the right way to explain it, but
he reacted kind of differently. But you could see the combination of Brown and Sandifer on that attack, a counterattack. They both have some speed out there, long strides. They're looking for each other. They are clearly a deadly combination for the Michigan Wolves. Unable to get one in on that attack, but great effort by that duo.
Will Hunt up this near side. Good battle still.
Will Hunt, if he scores, will it be good Will hunting, or what are we going with here?
This ball played up. Last touched off Liverpool, and out for a throw in here for Sandifer. Let's take a look at this play, though. So here's Brown, right? He comes right back on the field as a substitute, trying to get that hat trick, right? It's a very casual kick. He makes the save. I mean, but just it seemed in that moment, almost like I said, like the way that his body language was like as if like maybe it was offside or something like a stoppage, and very reminiscent of a goalkeeper back in the 70s that would, go above and beyond to like showcase like their skills. Remember that, Dan? I forgot the goalkeeper's name, but very famous. This ball comes into the 18. Brown still fighting hard. Brown rebound still there. Loose ball. Keeps going. Still fighting. Still loose. Now the ball makes its way to Wong. Last touch there by Anderson. Good battle inside the 18.
Wolves were trying to get a shot off, couldn't find enough space. Finally got a slow roller towards Wong. The Michigan Wolves scored on their first 3 shots on frame in this game. They've had a couple shots stopped by Wong here in the second half. But time is starting to tick, and not in the favor of Liverpool. Down 3-0, 59th minute now. Looking a little less than 12 minutes left for whatever stoppage time is put up on that clock into the second half.
So 59th minute. Up that far side into the 18. Out comes Stone and makes the grab. Take a look here at current field right now, 0-0. Jaguars, USA gold. There's a shot fired from Zalesowitz.
Second save of the afternoon, both in the second half for Stone, the goalkeeper for the Michigan Wolves, now in the 60th minute.
Played into Sandifer. Sandifer, ball on his foot. He'll try to cut it back. He's met by 1-2 defenders. Good work by Liverpool to defend on that play and clear it up and out.
Great job of closing down that gap, not allowing Sandifer to get much real estate to get a clean look at the goal. You're down 3-0 at the 60th minute mark. You cannot afford to give up another goal. You have to find a way to get some offense going. Liverpool finally getting 2 shots on frame here in the second half. Both coming in the last 6 minutes. Still nothing to show for it up on that scoreboard.
Cut back. Mackay, play it back. Masters, all they're going to say free kick.
Try to loft this in to about the 12 to the 6-yard marker inside that box. Create a goal mouth scrum, maybe a volley, deflection, something to create a chance.
This ball comes in. It's not a bad ball at all. It goes up just over the crossbar. And look at this one. Almost found its way floating in.
Perfectly slotted ball above the top. Redirected just a little bit too high. 62nd minute now. 8 minutes, 40 seconds left for Liverpool to get 3 goals to try to equalize.
Appreciate you tuning in here on this Sunday morning. Well, now it's Sunday afternoon. It's a beautiful day for soccer here in the great state of Michigan. Jonathan Turner alongside Dan Stickrap. You're watching the MSYSA U14 Boys Elite State Championship game between Michigan Wolves and Liverpool IA. Michigan Central. Both these teams call the NAL their home. National Academy League.
National Academy has only been around for 2 or 3 years now. I've been a little bit unclear if that is actually going to be absorbed into that MLS Next second tier. They call it the new tier. NAL will continue to remain a feeder system into MLS Next. MLS Next, the top tier, should have 158 different programs around the country for each of their age groups. It's closer to 40 in the state of California alone.
Ball in the 18, cleared away.
Liverpool pushing up a multitude of players into that attack, just playing 2-man back line. Trying to claw back from a 3-0 deficit. We're inside 7 minutes left in the second half.
Ball comes across. It's going to last touch off of Gonzalez and out for a corner kick.
This will be the 5th corner kick of this game coming up for Liverpool. It's one area where they've had more slashes on the stat sheet than the Michigan Wolves. 5-1 on corner kicks. Can Liverpool do anything with corner kick number 5?
This ball comes in. Kind of floated up there for a bit. It's going to end up going out for a goal kick.
Goal kick, we're in the 64th, just seconds away from crossing into the 65th.
Sam, you on it? Hey, our halftime talk about the striking of it. Focus on the front half. That's the one. Come on, Juan. Now touch it.
Back, McCormick able to get to it, send it across, it's blocked. Augustine able to stay in front of that one.
Ball thrown in here on this near side. Good work defensively by Gonzalez. McKenna was there for Liverpool. 5 minutes to go in this game.
Did have an injury. Took about 2 minutes here in the second half, and the Wolves actually added a pair of goals in the second half. Could see 2 or 3 minutes of stoppage time added on here. Just down to about 4:20 left. Great defensive effort in this game so far, collectively, by the Michigan Wolves. You look at the previous 5 State Cup games and the 15 regular season matches. The Michigan Wolves entering today had a 115-12 scoring edge. They get it done on the offensive end, and they get it done on the defensive end, and now they're just about 3.5 minutes left from winning a State Cup trophy and getting an automatic bid into the Midwest Regionals here, Overland Park, Kansas, in 3 weeks.
All comes in. Look at this. Wide open was Coleman Masters. Just couldn't get on the end of that.
Masters kind of put his hands up behind his head in frustration. Look at this replay. He was open in the middle of the box, not too far from the doorstep. Just right there, the ball bounces about 8 yards out, and he just cannot get a touch. So we're now in the 68th minute. It's just been one of those days for Liverpool.
Up this near side comes Masters. Good work defensively by Alvarez. So right now, his goal is the game winner. It was scored back in the 14th minute. All just outside the 18. Mackay. Look to fire one, and he'll go down, but right into the hands of Braden Stone. He'll look to throw it out right away.
Just crossed into the 69th minute, so about a minute 45 left, plus stoppage time. Michigan Wolves up 3-0, and they can taste the sweet taste of victory. We'll try to kill off as much time as they can on this attack.
Down in the corner. Trying to burn some time off the clock. That was Juarez, number 25.
Completely not over yet in the possession. Martinez staying strong.
Cover it. There
Battled for
2 35-minute halves. We are officially crossing into the 70th minute.
Take 5 steps to your left.
Ken Shingeldecker's club. They preach defense. They've shown that during this entire school year in conference play in this state tournament. Up 3-0. About to ready to put the icing on the cake.
All played over the top into space. It will go. Coming up here at 1:30, we'll have the Nationals Capital Area Boys Academy taking on Revolution 09s in the U16 Boys Elite Final.
And we officially crossed over that 70-minute mark. We are in stoppage time. Referee either signaled 2 or 3 minutes. I couldn't tell from our angle. Regardless, Michigan Wolves up 3-0.
Ball still inside. 18, now it goes out.
Nothing to the goalkeeper, okay? No crosses to the goalkeeper. Corner flag's on.
Right now it's still 0-0 over on field 6.
lucky number 7.
Ryan, you can back up.
Ward, Michigan Jags.
Compete to win this.
Number
Out of
7.
the air.
Racer.
Again.
Layup. To take
Good,
it.
Aiden.
Sends that one up
Good step.
high and
Flip it
deep
in
on
there.
the right side of the 18.
All pushed out wide. Juarez, he'll just take it right to the corner flag. Be met by Pignotti.
Set. Get around. No.
Last touch off Juarez, so
The other side.
Liverpool look to build up.
Orville
I mean, the monumental task of trying to score 3 goals,
inside the 18. Shot taken.
3 unanswered goals.
Right post from Linton.
We are now a minute 22 into stoppage time.
USA had the opportunity, but
Look at this, is this ball
Walner
just off the post.
Ooh, inches. That's late in that contest of a 0-0 stalemate.
Come on, do a job.
I was just saying a monumental task, though, of trying to score 3 unanswered goals in stoppage time.
Referee just looked at his watch, so we are in the waning minutes here. 1:55 into stoppage time.
Oh, look at that, is all covered up by Stone.
Stone's forced official save. He'll kill as much time off the clock as well.
Ooh, right off the head right there.
A Liverpool player kind of wince in pain.
Tyler, guard in front of the
McKenna
goal.
tried to get down to the corner. He does, but throw-in coming up now.
Run back. JW, run back.
Liverpool sending everybody available up into the attack. Still unable to get a goal.
Now Brown got a brace in this one. Lays it up.
In there. Watch, just roll it to watch.
Or Zeka.
Don't run for it.
Olivares loses the ball. And there it is. The Michigan Wolves have claimed the 2014 Boys Elite State Championship. And a big smile there from head coach Ken Shingeldecker. A look there at Remington Brown. Brown getting not 1 but 2 goals here today.
2 goals in a matter of about 1 minute for his team. 20-0-1 between the regular season and the State Cup tournament. 118-12 scoring edge. Your undisputed 2025 U14 Elite Division State Cup champions, Michigan Wolves. Claiming the crown.
Look at that goal right there from Oliveras, the eventual game winner. And then Remington Brown finding the back of the net in the 37th minute, and then once again right off the kickoff.
Picks off a pass from the goalkeeper, walks it in. So offensively and defensively, you watch this game, you watch this team all season. They will be a very dangerous team coming up in the Midwest Regionals in Overland Park, Kansas in 3 weeks.
That'll wrap our coverage of this game here. The U14 Boys Elite is in the books. The Michigan Wolves claim the championship by a final score of 3-0. A goal in the 14th minute by number Juan Oliveras, and then 2 goals in the 37th and 38th from none other than Remington Brown. For Dan Sickred, I'm Jonathan Turner. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Be back here at 1:30 for the U16 Boys Elite matchup. So long, everybody.